days and those in the books. Now, sometimes I am very irresponsible and I do that now and then. And during COVID, most of us were actually stuck to our screens. Mobile phones for studies and also for killing time. And the idea actually came from that. It's a working paper. And I introduced four ideas, like I said. The first thing is something that all the people are familiar with, diasporic communities. People who kind of move from here. India is now, according to a study conducted by First Print in December 2025, is one of the largest countries for the most number of people go abroad and settle down from India around the world. That is, we are the, how shall I say, very nice. We supply people to the rest of the world so that they can live better lives, maybe. So the first idea that I'm going to talk about is digital diaspora. I'll quote Bernal, who talks about nation, the idea of nation, that national borders are now malleable. It's not that fixed. Why? Because the relations once rooted in national territories increasingly span borders, and we can think of nations as networks, not just borders as very rigid. You can be outside India but still call yourself an Indian. We had our parents or grandparents' generation who went outside India, worked there, supported their families. That was there. But when you talk about diaspora, it is actually a group of people who share a common ethnicity. That is, for example, Indian diaspora. People who went from India to abroad, settled down there, have been living there for a long time. Now, it can also mean people who use digital technologies to kind of maintain connection across distances. Like you are in Germany or in London, but you still kind of keep connections with people back home. So what is the advantage of digital diaspora is, even if you're outside, because of the development of technology, you are able to video call your friends. You can post a reel or a short or a video in YouTube and tell them that this is the place that I'm working. This is my new house. Let me give you a house tour, etc. The next idea I'm going to talk about is transnationalism. Nationalism, we all know what that is. Nationalism or okay. Transnationalism refers to economic, political, and cultural life that go across the boundaries. That is, somebody from Tamil Nadu goes to, say, London, settles down there, takes a citizenship. So now they are a citizen of Britain. But they are still Indian. They live like Indians. They celebrate Indian holidays. They celebrate Indian festivals. Above, there may be that such people who are either abroad or part of the families abroad. Or their parents மட்டும் இப்படி இருக்கலாம், இல்ல பசங்க மட்டும் படிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் வெளியே போகலாம். இந்த மாதிரி. Such families are called transnational families. That is, your family is split in different parts of the world, but still kind of continues to be a family. Even if your brother or sister goes down and settles down in another country, they're still your family, right? That is the notion of transnational family. The third idea that I will talk about, so what happens is with the coming of digital platforms, especially after COVID, there were a lot of digital communities for these people to interact, to talk to each other, to support each other. Then what happened? The next idea that I'll be talking about is the idea of parasocial relationships. You may be very familiar with it. It was the word of Cambridge Dictionary in 2025. That is not why we are familiar with it. Parasocial relationship means that bond, that love and care we have for a person that we haven't met at all. For example, நீங்க ஒரு film starல fan இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க. Just mention one. Tell me some film star that you like or a cricketer that you like. There's no fandom here. இல்லனா சரி அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. ஏதாவது நீங்க பார்க்குற ஒரு சீரியல் அந்த கேரக்டர் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும், ரொம்பவே பிடிக்குமா, அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கலாம்ல. Singers, BTS கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? சரி, அப்போ உங்களுக்கு ஜின்னா பிடிக்குமா இல்ல ஜின்னா பிடிக்கும்? Most of you would have actually watched the videos, listened to the songs yesterday. அவங்க எப்பயாவது பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? இல்லல, பார்க்க முடியுமா? ஒருவேளை அந்த நம்பிக்கை இருக்கும், ஆனா தெரியாது. The parasocial relationship is actually a relationship that you have with a fictional character or a film star or a singer. You feel a bond with them. It is like you are their friends and they are your friends. They don't know you exist, but they acknowledge it. BTS actually acknowledges army. They are the largest army in the world. Not that narrative of the Indian army. Right? So, that relationship where you're happy about it, you kind of derive a lot of comfort from it, that relationship is called a parasocial bond. That is the third idea that I talk about. The fourth idea is prosthetic memory. Prosthetic is something that you use to help yourself. Say you met with an accident, for some time the doctor asked you to wear crutches or something. So something that helps you work better, helps you do things better. Prosthetic memory has something to do with parasocial relationship. It is a memory that you haven't experienced, but by watching videos or watching documentaries, visiting a museum, or like watching Korean drama, you know what is happening there. You haven't experienced it, but through another experience, through an external experience, you feel that you have been there. You know where Korea is, or you know what a particular person or a particular country is like. That is a prosthetic experience. And prosthetic memory became very prominent. Alison Lansford talked about it after the coming of multimedia. When TV and other internet and everything became very popular, some of the experiences, because we all kind of watch videos, there are some very popular influencers. We haven't seen their life. We haven't gone to the places that they travel to. But by watching those videos, you feel like you have experienced it yourself. That idea is the prosthetic memory. So I'll be using these ideas to tell you something about the videos that you watch and how they are also important as digital text, as important as literary text. Because my students, not many of them read a lot. I don't know about you, but I have to kind of sometimes bribe them, sometimes threaten them to make them read. So I thought maybe I'll talk about something that you are familiar with. So we will talk about digital text. The idea that I'm trying to portray is that these have you ever watched videos by people who are in abroad and is kind of making videos about their lives there? Anybody? Yes. And very travel logs padathulla. Where you are going to Alapati? Yes. Yes, you would have done that. So what I'm trying to say is that these people, influencers or content creators, they are able to create videos. By creating videos, they're posting it online, and when people are actually respond to those videos, there is a bond that is actually built between those two people. That is, they are able to, especially during COVID, they were able to connect to their home country. It's easier to travel abroad now to come back also. There are people who settle down in a country for years and then come back home. But during COVID, it was very difficult. So that is also when we started kind of consuming a lot of. Sorry about that. This is why we tell you not to come late to class, because when you come in late, then we lose a lot of time, right? There are 60 people in class, so we lose 60 minutes even if it's 1 minute. Everybody's 1 minute each. But this was a good thing. So I was talking about how by making videos about their lives in the new country, they are able to actually make a connection between people in the country. Like say you all went to London. You settle down there. You don't know many people there. It is COVID. You cannot go and meet them. So you talk about the life online. You make videos. By seeing that, other people in London who are also from India, they might contact you. They talk to you. You're able to build relationships. That is one way that digital communities work. The second way is you're posting about your life in London. You are from India, and people from India watch your videos. You have a good, you are very passionate about the videos. So you have a lot of people watching the videos, commenting about it. So you feel that even though I am in London, I'm almost in India. I can talk to these people in India, and they tell you what is happening in India. They tell you that reaction videos are similar. They ask you to react about something. Even if you are abroad, they ask you to react about something through which you build a connection with them. So what happens is there is through messages, through comments, through interaction videos, reaction videos, the person who is now a part of diaspora, a person who is outside India, is able to kind of continue living in India virtually. Even though they are not really living in India. They have a job in Germany or US, they work there, they have a life there, they have friends there, but at the same time, they have all this online use. It works through parasocial bonds. Because the same way that you are the fan of a celebrity, or you interact with the BTS other BTS fans online, or you learn more about favorite BTS member. What's it? You can go gym now. You like all of them same day? Sugar. So you have a favorite person, the same way that you interact with fans of that particular group, you also interact with people who are commenting on these videos. So each influencer has a group of people whom they call fam or family, that they are able to build a bond. People back home in India are able to see their lives. Their own family members will be able to see their lives. Not just the people who are commenting on it, people who are asking them to react to it. There is a bond that is created. So the parasocial bond that the people who are watching it has with the person is not just one way. People usually talk about a one-way traffic. Here that is not the case. The person who is making the content also, they are also actually reacting to you. They acknowledge you. They thank you in a comment. They ask you questions in the comments. They interact. So it becomes a two-way conduit where there is a transfer of information for the person, for the content creator, and for the person back home, which gives the content creator this feeling of living at the same time in India and at home. And which is very important because you know that diasporic communities are important for any nation. For any nation to build a better relationship with that country. Yes, there are people who question the loyalties of these people. You are working in Germany, but you are very attached to people in India. But now we are living in a time where identities matter, where who you are matters. So this continues to an idea of prosthetic memory creation. You create messages, memories, you create bonds through videos, through reactions, through comments that after some time, maybe you made the video in 2022, but a new person may watch it in 2026 and find out, oh, this is how people used to talk about. This was the major thing that was happening in 2000. Like I'm sorry about talking to about BTS a lot. And they went to actual army, we talked about it. And they came back, we talked about it. So now if you are going to those videos, you will know about what was happening there, which kind of creates a memory museum or a collection or a repository about the life that happened. I can take 10 more minutes, right? So what happens is, through creators like I did watch a lot of videos by there is Darshini, Latin Diaries, there is Jang and Ishu, an iteration couple, Korean and Indian, then there is Tamil to Taiwan vlog where one of the partners is Tamil, the other partner is Taiwan. You get to experience their life there. Either for the novelty of it, because you may not be thinking of visiting Taiwan, or for now you cannot do it. But you can experience it from the point of view of that particular influencer. And when you're watching it again and again, you feel like, I am there in Taiwan, I am there in Korea, I am there in Japan. So what happens is an individual memory of one person. நான் கொரியாக்கு போனேன், இல்லைன்னா லண்டன் போனேன், நான் தான் இதெல்லாம் பார்த்தேன், இதெல்லாம் கூறி individual memory becomes a collective memory, a collective shared memory of people in India and abroad. It becomes a shared public memory, and the digital text becomes a conduit for transnational existence for not just the content creator but for the audience. You have a feeling that you're traveling, but the content creator gets something back. They get to live two lives at the same time. They feel better, they feel easier to kind of adapt to a new place. In the school living, the friends will go there. Your friends would have gone to another college. Some of them at least. It is very difficult the first week of college. The same way, these people who are going abroad, it will be difficult for them to adjust to a new culture, new language, very strange people. But by continuing to interact with people online from their own places, it helps them kind of better adapt to the new places. So digital communities help them to feel that they haven't left the life back home. The life is still. That is how transnational system works through digital communities, through digital diaspora. So what are the ideas that I mentioned? I talked about digital communities, digital text, then transnationalism, parasocial bonds, the bonds that we have with all stars, and then we talked about prosthetic memory, how the memory of another person which we experience becomes our memories also. We feel like we have gone to those places, or when they have a trouble, when they have a problem in their life, we feel that it is our problem also, which is a parasocial bond. But at the same time, the content creator is also able to build a bond and ask us, what can I do? Where can I get this thing? How can I go through it? So they still feel like they are a part of India, they are a part of their country, their family, and the people around them. Like you have neighbors in your place, you have friends, you have neighbors and friends online through these people who interact with you, who kind of help, who kind of suggest you solutions. So you get to live two lives in both the lives. It's a good thing, right? It's raining in Tamil Nadu, you are in London, you get to experience the rain, but you are in London. The same way for the content creators, the viewers also. So what happens is, from the not so familiar to familiar, diasporic existence actually becomes a blessing for the content creator to hold on to their roots, to hold on to their culture, to hold on to who they are. And it acts as a prosthetic memory for the audience to experience another nation, another culture, and kind of feel it as their own. It creates a digital family, of course. What happens is, these make possible a kind of a place online where you can experience both the cultures, you can meet people from both the cultures. It becomes a virtual nation. I started with the explanation about what nationality is, how national borders are changing. So you build a community, and a nation is actually understood, talks about nation as people who have the same allergies. Say India, or let me take the example of France. They speak in a particular language, their ethnicity is same. Or nation na edavadhu thing common. If you go abroad now, you're from Tamil Nadu, you may meet a person from Telangana or from Kerala. Here we are in different states. But once you go abroad, you're identified by that Indian. This identity is created virtually, that you have a community, online community, where you are creating a virtual nation. You get to live there, you get to survive there, you get to thrive there. That is that I was trying to talk about. That 48% people in India, like there are 40 lakh content creators in India on YouTube alone. 40 lakh. Only 88% actually get money from it. So what about the rest of the people who are making content? What about these people outside India making content about their life? Where are they doing it? Is it just for the money? No. There is a fellow feeling that you get. You get to continue to be Indian even outside. Families become stronger. Community lives actually become stronger. That is how digital communities or digital texts actually work as museums or as memory repositories, where you can actually go back to a memory. And even if you are watching the video after 6 years, you get to experience that life. You get to meet people who commented on something that day and this day. That is what these content creators actually made possible. So if you talk about a country, a home country, it stops becoming just an imagined homeland, something that exists like people like Naipaul and Rashti talks about. It's not something that is in your imagination. That people who come back from America or London will, after 10 years, will say, no, this is not how I remember my country. That doesn't have to be anymore. Because through digital text, you are actually experiencing that country through prosthetic memory. So you can say that when videos have a primacy in a multimedia age, if one were to invoke and understand this idea of nationalism, this collective sense of belonging in an online space where new nations are created by people, you feel like you belong. You feel that your identity is not just of one country, but of both countries or multiple countries. That you get to kind of experience two identities, two lives at the same time, and your loyalties are not questioned, but appreciated. That is what digital text and digital diasporic communities through digital text actually makes possible. You give the possibility of the creator to live his or her life even after leaving home, and they give us the chance to experience that life through their hands. That is my statement. The most talk on time, right? 1, 4, 2. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I should be here and say one more sentence and stop. Dr. Prabhu is somebody that I have had a lot of respect for and inspired me to be a better scholar and a better teacher. So that he invited me here actually and approved. I will consider it an approval of who I am. Thank you so much. And Yeah, you're very lucky to have this lecture. So, you say, and all the very best. And congratulations on pulling this off because we at the Central University of Pondicherry will not be able to put together something with so many speakers of such a magnitude. It will be impossible for us, but you have done it. And so, pat yourself on the back for a job well done. All the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving us this wonderful session on digital diaspora, transnationalism, parasocial relationships, and prosthetic library, and for showing us that social media can also be a subject for analysis in literary studies. And ma'am, I have to say, I finally understand why my friend in Germany keeps cursing at me when I send her pictures of Indian food. Apparently, they don't have Anand over in Germany. And now.
Thank you, Aishwarya and Vardu, for the wonderful session. And before Vijay take over, I would like to inform the audience, the presenters and the participants. The lunch is getting ready to be here sharply by 1:30. But so we will now have a session by Dr. JJ, and by the time it ends, the lunch will be ready. So immediately after this, we will go for the lunch, and immediately after lunch, by 2 o'clock, we can come back again for the paper presentation session. And I would also like to take this opportunity to invite JJ sir and Aishwarya ma'am regarding this lecture series that we are having. In our department, every week we are having a lecture series. The title of the lecture series is Horizons of English Studies. So every week we invite speakers from other colleges, universities, alumni, experts who may not be an expert in the field of English literature, but anyway, somebody who is interested in the field of literature. So we would like to invite you to share a session with us maybe coming days, maybe for an hour or a month. We can have a little more time to have a deeper discussion, informal discussion in the classroom environment that I think would be even more meaningful and relevant. But having said that, we are really very happy that you are now a part of this conference, and thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, our third speaker for the day has a rich academic background, multiple degrees, including a Master of Arts in English, Linguistics, Translation Studies, MPhil in English Language Teaching, an MPhil in Library Science, and a PhD in English. He is the first research scholar of Dr. S. Armstrong, Professor and Head Department of English, University of Madras. He has also earned various other qualifications: Library Science, Psychology, Law, Journalism, Mass Communication, Business Administration, Criminology, and Police Administration. Currently, he is an associate professor of English at Anna University Kanchipuram campus with 23 years of teaching experience. He has guided 10 PhD candidates and has a prolific publication record in both national and international journals. He has participated and presented papers in more than 100 conferences and seminars and coordinated various workshops and courses. Let us together welcome Dr. J. Jayachandran, Associate Professor of English, Anna University, Kanchipuram campus, who is here to discuss integrating artificial intelligence into English language teaching. So,
very good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Actually, my session was a post-lunch session, so it has been advanced as a angry session. Okay. So how many of you know the term angry?
Angry.
Hunger plus angry. Already பசிமாயிரத்துல இருக்கும். இந்த நேரத்துல வந்து சார் வர எப்படி சொல்றாரு அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு கரெக்ட்ல இருப்பீங்க. ஓகேவா? So அந்த ஒரு கரெக்ட் இல்லாம இந்த ஒரு செஷன் நல்லா நினைக்கிறேன். You will get a lot of information from this session. And I'm really thankful to the college management and Dr. Prabhu for giving me this opportunity in this international conference. Further, this is my second visit to this college. Earlier, I had visited this college in 2018 to deliver a session on communication and soft skills. And now this is a session on integrating artificial intelligence and English language teaching. Okay. So how many of you know artificial intelligence? AI. AI is, how many of you effectively using it? See, nowadays we used to go to Kanimara Library and Madras University Library to collect resources. But nowadays everything in your hands. In a single click you can get all the resources. Okay. So AI is used to augment, not to replace. The teacher automatic parts, feedback, practice and all other things. Next, where do we stand? Who are called as digital immigrants? Who are called as digital natives? So, who are all called as digital immigrants and digital natives? So, in the previous session, they said about diaspora, translation, and all. So, what is immigrants?
People who move to a new place from
Yeah, in search of training pastures. So in digital world, you people all are called as digital natives. We are all digital migrants because we tend to learn new things to integrate and for our career upliftment. But whereas for your case, you are digital natives. So next is integrating AI into English language teaching. It is a personalized learning, support differentiated instruction, and enhance learner autonomy. Okay, so if you say learner autonomy, you can learn from anywhere at your home. Okay, so even after Corona, there was a tremendous change in the language learning system. So 10 years before, for an international conference like this, we used to connect with Skype only. Now there are a lot of language learning platforms to connect to have a video conferences. Okay. So next is what is AI powered tools? How many of you heard of AI powered tools? No idea. There are many tools that are available to enhance your writing skills, speaking skills, and vocabulary, etc. Okay. There is a growing demand for the digital things to improve all your skills in the English language learning. So how AI support across language skills? Okay. So what are the major language skills in English?
LSRW.
LSRW. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Okay. How many of you use a dictionary for pronunciation? How many of you use this app? In the app, use English there is a dictionary app will come. UK flag Google Play Store we can get this app. This app can be used offline also. Okay, offline, and it will give many benefits to you, including its etymology. What is etymology? Root of history of origin of words. Okay, so that will be given. Moreover, the IPA, phonetic alphabets and the pronunciation, everything will be given in this. Okay, so this is an international conference on emerging paradigms in English studies. Okay, how many of you correctly pronounce paradigms? Do you have doubt? You are elders. See, sometimes we have a dilemma how to pronounce certain words like that. See, here we have the pronunciation also. Let us check.
Paradigm. Paradigm. Paradigm.
Is it audible to all of you?
Paradigm.
How you have to pronounce? Paradigms in English studies. So what is paradigms? That meaning, etymology, everything was given here. Okay. So how it helps in our language learning? Okay, say for example, if you integrate AI, so we will be having a real-time feedback and grammar correction and slide suggestions. Okay, so how many of you thought of while using WhatsApp, say for example 1 year before, ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி வாட்ஸ்அப் யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு ப்ளூ கலர்ல சின்னதா அப்போ சுத்துச்சா, இது என்னடா அது புதுசா சுத்துன்னு எல்லாரும் யோசிச்சோமா?
மெட்டா.
என்னது அது?
மெட்டா.
பண்ணாலும் it will correct it automatically. Okay, so it will help the grammar suggestions, grammar correction and style suggestions. Okay, next for speaking, we have many apps. We have pronunciation coaching, speech recognition and practice. Okay, listening, we have AI generated video and customizable difficulty and subtitles. So all these things are there. And for reading and vocabulary, we have AI generated level text, vocabulary exercise, comprehension checks, etc. So this is one part of language learning, and moreover at present for all the competitive exams and other exams like IELTS and TOEFL, nowadays the interview itself has been interviewed by artificial intelligence. So such a dramatic change we have in the field of English language teaching with the integration of AI. So what are the AI tools widely used in English language classrooms? இங்கிலாந்துல பேர் எப்படி வந்து தெரியுமா? Okay. Okay, then we will have a separate session. In the start session, Sarah சொல்லிருக்காரு. So we will discuss in that. So let us see AI-based writing feedback tools and conversational chatbots also is there. So if you want to improve your English language speaking, there are a lot of chatbots are available to improve your English language speaking. And next is AI generated worksheets are there. So it will improve your writing skills and all other things. Okay, so what does research say? AI-based writing supports improves accuracy, fluency and engagement in all the ELT context. Overuse of and poor design can lead to over reliance and cheating and reduce critical thinking. Research என்ன சொல்றாங்க இப்போ? நம்ம நிறைய AI டிபெண்ட் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா என்ன ஆகும்? We lose our creativity. See, we have been teaching letter writing, resume writing, everything we have been writing step by step. And finally, the students will ask, "Sir, shall I take a photocopy of this?" That is here. Now, you have all the resume templates, okay, all the letter writing templates. So you have to write it on our board. Whereas you can refer to various structures, but you have to write it on your own. So reimagining the teacher's role. From stage on the stage show, we need to be like a designer and facilitator, and it is a teacher-mediated reflections. Okay. So I was listening to many lectures like you 25 years before at Dr. Ambedkar Government Arts and Science College, Yasarpadi. Okay, எங்கள்ல வந்து ஆங்கில ஆசிரியர்கள் இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. புதுசா ஒரு சார் ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆகி வராரு, எல்லாம் கவர்மெண்ட் ஆர்ட்ஸ்ல இருந்து வராங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு there are many English teachers have come from LN Government Arts College. So அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய அந்த டீச்சர்ஸால தான் நாங்க வந்து இன்னைக்கு இங்க இருக்கோம். So this is Professor Ravichandran, former director, All India Civil Service Coaching, who was served at LN Government Arts College. And next to Professor Armstrong sir, he was PhD supervisor. Okay, so how the teachers role have changed. Okay, still Prabhu and we have a different reverence for our guide and teachers. Okay. So next is guiding principles for AI integration. So it should align AI use with the curriculum rules and assessment criteria. In today's Hindu newspaper, there is an ad by a university. So it was given AI powered university. Okay. Then in education, today's Education Plus, there is another article on AI integration for disability studies. Okay, so how it could help the people who have disability. Okay, so one of our speaker, Dr. Varadarajan, who is visually challenged, so how he successfully doing all these challenges. Okay, so all kind of things which were given in that article. So what you should do, you should read newspapers and get into the latest news which drives on the artificial intelligence. Okay. Next, to promote AI literacy and critical evaluation among learners. Okay, how we can develop our literacy skills? Okay, digital literacy. Even if you say in Anna University, we have for the postgraduate, we have only the digital evaluation. Okay, the students will come to us and we will evaluate digitally. So the world is advancing in such a fast pace. So we need to integrate all these things in our learning as well as in the which is given in the university by the curriculum. So important apps to improve your English. Okay, there are a lot of apps out there to improve our English language learning, but these apps will be very useful. Okay, so first is Elsa Speak, an English conversation, IAS writing, English vocabulary, IAS word power, British English, news in level, write and speak, and as I said, any dictionary of English dictionary and Tamil dictionary. So this is for grammar. Grammarly, how many of you use Grammarly? Very good. So you can get a good grammatically structured sentences through Grammarly, which will improve the tone and clarity of any sentences. Next is Quillbot. Quillbot is an advanced paraphrasing tool. Okay, so we can paraphrase any article in a wonderful manner which we want. Next is Write and Improve by Cambridge, and Defeat is a summary and vocabulary list, and Risk Teaching, Chrome extension which we can use in added in the Chrome extension. Next is skill-based apps. Okay, for the research scholars, this will be very useful. Semantic Scholar, Research Rabbit, Consensus, Skype. So whenever of logging,
How would the
so
picture?
that image information.
With mother. I'm sorry.
Have you seen this image? This is with the Professor Armstrong sir at University of University Centenary Buildings, and next to him Professor Balasubramaniam from Residency College. This original image, AI image. Just another picture and text. AI image. How many of you say it is AI image? Please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, very good. This is the original image. Because it was taken 20 years back in a real camera, so it came like this. Now let us see come to that picture. So this is also original picture. It was taken at Ambedkar Government Arts College. And this picture is not the original picture. This is an AI generated image. Integrated these things, we have challenges also. So what are the negative things and setbacks will be having a bigger problem on the GitHub. So next other web tools for the GitHub, Lingo, Remotes, Walkero, Loom, Lumens, and Nearpod. Nearpod is generally used by teachers for the classroom presentations. Another app called Hot Potato, which will be very useful for the teachers. The faculties use this Hot Potato app for like multiple choice-based questions, gap filling, crosswords, matching, jumble sentence, all these things. Okay. And last question answer. Integrating AI into English language teaching. What AI tools are you already using in your context? And what worries or opportunities do you see in this in your setting? What tools are used for it? ChatGPT. 90% ChatGPT. Okay. Gemini, Claude, then Copilot. Good. DeepSeek, Deep Learning, Meta. See, you can use this technology, but we need to verify all these things. That is very important. See, if you see any all these AI, even if you use Gemini, in the bottom they will give. Okay. Gemini may make mistakes. So we need to verify all these things. Okay. And what has happened is in the recent competitive examinations, okay, அந்த மஞ்சள் நீரத்தவளை அப்படின்னு ஒரு பாட்டு கேள்விப்பட்டீங்களா? அது வந்து டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் போட்டா என்ன வந்துருச்சு? golden hair problem வந்துருச்சு. Okay, so அதே மாதிரி பாத்தீங்கன்னா there was another different translation. So you should understand how a translation should be and transliteration should be. Okay, and அந்த image எதுக்காக போட்டது தெரியுதா? If I go to last formula, if it is a car log net, okay. So now we have everything digital. Car tire எப்படி இது பண்றாங்க? அப்படியே ஒரு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் மிஷின் வச்சு வைப்பாங்க. ஒரு 4 பேர் வந்துன்னா டைட் ஆயிட்டு வந்து. பட் அதெல்லாம் விட்டுறாங்களா? என்ன பண்றாங்க? கையால ஒரு வாட்டி கரெக்டா டைட்டா இருக்கான்னு செக் பண்றாங்க. ஸோ டெக்னாலஜி என்னதான் வந்தாலும் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும்? ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் இருந்தாலும் ஹியூமன் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸும் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். ஸோ வித் தட் ஐ கன்க்ளூட் மை செஷன். அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி. ஸோ இந்த புகைப்படம் இது ஏஐயா இல்லை ஒரிஜினல் புகைப்படம்?
செகண்ட்.
So this is one of the nostalgic memory we had 6 years back, 18th of October, 2018. And these are my degrees. Okay, almost 16 degrees. எதுக்கு சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா, இப்போ பிரின்சிபல் மேடம், டிசி சார், பிரபுபுரம் பேசிட்டு வந்தப்ப நிறைய இங்க இருக்க மாணவர்கள் எல்லாருமே வந்து கிராமத்துல இருந்து வர பசங்க ரொம்ப ஆர்வமா இருக்காங்க. அவங்களுக்கு வாய்ப்புகள் வந்து கிடைக்க அந்த அளவுக்கு வரல அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. வாய்ப்புகளை வந்து இந்த தொழில்நுட்ப நம்ம வந்து நிறைய போட்டி கிடைக்குது. அதை வந்து நம்ம வந்து என்ன பண்ணணும்? கரெக்டான ஒரு இதை தேர்ந்தெடுத்து நம்ம வந்து என்ன பண்ணணும்? சிறப்பா பண்ணணும். ஸோ என்னோட கேரியர்ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா I was an NCC cadet. ஒரு NCC cadet கூட ஆர்வமா வந்திருக்காங்க. They had God of Honor, Salam lectures. Give a big round of applause to all. Okay, so I was failed in my 12th standard. என்ன பண்றது? அதுக்கப்புறம் I wasted 1 year. After that I joined BA English at Ambedkar Government Arts College. அந்த இடைப்பட்ட ஒரு வருஷம் இப்ப எழுதுற மாதிரி எக்ஸாம் எழுத முடியாது. 1 year I worked at a professional couriers. Okay, so அப்போ வந்து அந்த அம்பேத்கர் கல்லூரி தாண்டி தான் போவேன். அம்பேத்கர் கல்லூரினாலே அது வந்து ஒரு நோட்டோரியஸா சொல்லுவாங்க, மோசமான கல்லூரி, ஜாஸ்தி கிடைக்காம நான் ஃபெயில் ஆயிட்டுன்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணேன். பட் தொடர்ந்து முயற்சி செய்து பிளஸ் டூல நல்ல மார்க் எடுத்து பாஸ் பண்ணி பிஏ இங்கிலீஷ்ல அம்பேத்கர்ல சேர்ந்தேன். அதுவும் என்சிசி தேசிய மாணவர் பணி மூலமா கூடுதலா ஒரு 5 மார்க் பெற்றதுனால அந்த கல்லூரியில சேர்ந்து அதுக்கப்புறம் படிச்சேன். ஸோ அங்க வந்து என்னோட ஆசிரியர்கள், என்னோட சீனியர்ஸ் எல்லாருமே வந்து அடுத்த லெவல். ஸோ ஆஃப்டர் தட் மை what's like the career moved on from BA English, MA English, MPhil English, PhD, PLIC, MLIC, MPhil Library Science, MSc Psychology, MA Translational Studies. ஆல் வந்து நமக்கு முக்கியம். நாங்க என்சிசில இருக்கும்போது ஒரு விஷயம் சொல்லுவாங்க, ஜோக்கர்னா குஷிஷே கதா இருக்கலாம் அப்படின்னா எந்த ஒரு வேலை செய்தாலும் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும்? ஆர்வத்தோட பண்ணணும். ஓகேவா? அதே மாதிரி எந்த ஒரு வேலை செய்தாலும் நல்ல ஒரு ஆர்வத்தோட பண்ணுங்க. Life definitely all will be achieve success. And at this junction, I congratulate the LN Government Arts College and the Department of English for hosting this international conference in a successful manner. Thank you all and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of the Department of English, I would like to thank Aishwarya Madam and also Vardu sir and JJ sir for being with us and sharing their knowledge. Sir just mentioned about how things are happening here between the Guru Government College and how we strive to give such opportunities and exposure to our students. And tomorrow morning we have a session to be shared, to be conducted by Solomon Rees. Solomon Rees is at present working as an associate professor in the Department of English, Buffalo University. he was a student of our own LNG college. நமக்கு LNG-ல படிக்கிற ஒரு மாணவர்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச வேண்டிய ஒரு விஷயம் இது. இங்க இந்த கல்லூரியில 1992ல படிச்ச ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இங்க முடிச்சுட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் MA இங்கிலீஷ் லாயரா, அதுக்கப்புறம் பாண்டிச்சேரி யூனிவர்சிட்டியில PhD, அதுக்கப்புறம் he is now working in where Buffalo University. Just imagine somebody from LNG who is from here. இங்க இருந்து வந்து ஒருத்தர் பஃபலோ யூனிவர்சிட்டியில அதுக்கு முன்னாடி மிச்சிகன் யூனிவர்சிட்டிலாம் வேலை செய்யறாரு. அவரு நாளைக்கு உங்ககிட்ட பேச போறாரு. So all these things are happening for very good reasons. And okay, I'm not going to take much time. The lunch is ready. It's served. Volunteers, you please take the presenters and participants who come from other colleges to our department. Participants and presenters can have their lunch and come back, and we can have the session. It's now going to be 1:30. 2:15 we can sharply start the session so that we can have a deeper, meaningful discussion. So please move to the lunch arena so that we can start the session as early as possible. Thank you. So volunteers, please take it.